All right, we lost our satellite feed for a moment there. We do want to welcome our viewers in the United States and around the world. This is New Day, and we do have breaking news for you. You were just listening to the U.S. military's top commander there for U.S. forces about what has happened in Afghanistan just outside of Kabul. The U.S. dropped the mother of all bombs, the Moab. Let's see what the commander is telling us. I believe we have our satellite back. Listen.
ISIS-K has murdered male family members, kidnapped their wives and daughters, and forced them.
Alrighty, welcome. All right, we're obviously having satellite issues, but we are monitoring that press briefing. Let's bring in Barbara Starr, our Pentagon correspondent, for all of the breaking news that she has. Barbara, what's the latest?
Good morning to both of you. Well, I think one of the most interesting things General Nicholson said there right at the beginning, no evidence of civilian casualties on the ground, that now at first light, U.S. and Afghan forces are at the site trying to determine exactly what the what the impact has been. I think we have the satellite feedback now.
And have killed and wounded hundreds of innocent civilians.
داعش همیشه از تاکتیک‌های استفاده کردند و انتحاریان انتحاری‌های روان می‌کردند و در مبارزات و یا در مظاهرات صلح‌آمیز اونا را خود انفجار می‌دادند و مردم بیگناه را می‌کشتند و زخمی می‌کردند.
They have sent suicide bombers into mosques and murdered people during their prayer.
و داعش همیشه انتحاریان را روان می‌کردند در مساجد که جای عبادت هستند. خود انفجار بدن و کسایی که عبادت میکنن او را بی‌رحمانه بکشن.
And just last month they shot and stabbed hospital patients lying in their beds. They are animals.
شما شاهد هستید که فقط ماه گذشته اوان داخل شفاخانه شدن، مریض‌ها و کسایی که در شفاخانه بودن اکثر با چاقو و با دیگه وسایل جاری کشتن و اینا انسان نیستن، اینا حیوان هستن.
The Afghan army and specifically their commandos are leading this fight against these barbaric terrorists. They are doing it on behalf of the people of Afghanistan, and indeed they're doing it on behalf of all of us.
و ارگان‌های امنیتی افغانستان خصوصا اردوی ملی و کماندو همیشه عملیات را بر ضد این دشمن تروریست و جنایتکار انجام می‌دهند و این ارگان‌های امنیتی که عملیات را انجام می‌دهند اونا به نمایندگی از مردم افغانستان این عملیات را به سر می‌رسانند و در حقیقت به نمایندگی همه ما.
The United States is committed to Afghanistan in this fight.
ایالات متحده آمریکا کاملا متحد است در این جنگ و ضد این دشمن.
We are united with the Afghan government to prevent terrorists from establishing safe havens in Afghanistan.
ما با مردم افغانستان و حکومت افغانستان متحد هستیم که هر گونه پناهگاه امن را برای دشمن اجازه ندهیم که در اینجا ایجاد کنند.
The U.S. coordinated with the government of Afghanistan to conduct yesterday's operation, just as we have since we started these operations in early March.
ایالات متحده آمریکا این عملیات با هماهنگی با دولت افغانستان که دیروز انجام شد انجام دادند، چنانچه از آغاز این عملیات که در ماه مارس شروع شد.
Okay, so we were just listening there to General John Nicholson. He is the commander of U.S. forces in Afghanistan. We want to bring back now our Pentagon correspondent, Barbara Starr. Barbara, tell us the latest of what's happened.
Well, let's explain for a minute about this press conference you're seeing, because you hear the Afghan translator there. General Nicholson is having this press conference in Kabul this morning, mainly for the Afghan press to explain this mission to the people and the government of Afghanistan, very important part of the coalition. What he has told us is that Afghan and U.S. troops are now back on the ground at this remote site in eastern Afghanistan, looking at the damage caused by this bomb being dropped. Right now, they don't see any evidence of civilian casualties on the ground. They're trying to assess, did they get after the part of the target they wanted to? The Afghan government has said 36 ISIS fighters killed, a number of tunnels and ammunition destroyed. What it helps us understand is why the U.S., why General Nicholson decided to use this massive bomb, 21,000 pounds, the largest non-conventional conventional bomb dropped in combat to date. Pardon me. The reason is it is a complex of caves and tunnels that they were going after in an extremely remote area, little risk of civilian casualties, but yet they wanted to get to this very widespread target. A more conventional bomb, you drop it, precision guidance, it goes right to the target, it explodes. This was a more diffused target, if you will. So this is an air blast weapon. It detonates in the air and the blast spreads out. And the killing of the target, the killing of the people that you're going after is caused by that concussive blast. A bit of controversy here because General Nicholson had the authority for the last several weeks to use this bomb at his discretion, something that obviously was kept very quiet. And the question, of course, is, did President Trump have to authorize it specifically? Was President Trump informed? We saw the president being asked that yesterday, what he knew about this mission, and he was somewhat careful not to be very specific. He talked about the fact that he has authorized the military to do, missions that they deem necessary. I think it's important to say it's unlikely that the White House didn't know anything about this, but you do see a president who is authorizing his military commanders more and more to take on the responsibility to order these missions as they see fit. I can tell you I've talked to a number of commanders who say that may be the case, but they are still going to make sure the White House and President Trump is informed.
That's right. General Nicholson calling this the right weapon for the right target, noting, as you said, Barbara, that U.S. and Afghan forces are now on the scene of that bomb blast. They've seen no evidence and heard no reports of civilian casualties. We'll stay on this throughout the morning. Barbara Starr, thanks so much. And, of course, Afghanistan right now, not the only hot point in the world. The world on